the some phrases that we had in use. I want to share the screen first. And then we're gonna talk about the greenhouse effect on food. Okay, you have some time to look at this and let's see which one is which one go to which. Number one, Julie. Sentence number one, can you read it up?
I am really confidential when I see John doing some reckless thing.
Reckless.
Yes.
Do you know this word?
No.
Okay. Also, you don't know this. What the
Don't
meaning
do
of this?
reckless things.
What does that mean?
I
Reckless
never
thing.
read reckless.
You do something that is very dangerous and other
I'm very
have
careful,
before.
man.
Something kind of.
Why do you call me reckless?
Hey, I'm not saying that. I'm asking you. What does that mean? Kind of dangerous. Okay,
It's dangerous. It's a danger.
like when you ride a bike with one hand. Julie, do you know how to ride a bicycle?
Yes.
Okay, so when you ride a bike with one hand, that is kind of dangerous. Or when you ride a bike with no hand at all, with your hand in the air, that is the reckless. Okay, something for example. Okay, confidential. Confidential mean private. Like you want something to be secret. It's not public to anyone. Only few people know that. Okay, so I would change equal to private. For example, I would say, what I am telling you today is confidential. That means you cannot share all of the thing I'm talking now to anyone. Okay, that confidential mean. So, Julie, do you want to choose again?
Like some secret.
Yes, confidential is like secret or private. For example, something you want to keep with between only you and the others. You cannot share with anyone. So now, what could be the first in the first sentence?
I am really at a loss of words when I see John doing such reckless things.
What does that mean? A loss of for words. At a loss for words.
Like out of word, you don't know how to say.
Don't know what to say.
Like surprise.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, when you surprise or when you shock and you don't know what to say. Are you just just when you surprise, shock, or when you being hit by something so overwhelmed, feeling overwhelmed, don't know what to say. This one was the phrase we learned yesterday. I should be able to remember. Speechless. I am speechless and lost at work. Anna, you should put your camera and microphone up so you can speak freely. Speechless, not exactly like like speechless. Yes, it's similar, but we don't use the same way. You speechless. Lots of work, something. Sometimes you feel you use it in a negative situation, like when you see something bad, you just cannot say any word because you feel too much, you feel that is really bad. You don't want to say anything more. Even you know what to say, but you don't want to say it because you're tired of saying it. You sick of it. But speechless sometimes you would use in the positive way. For example, you see a beautiful views or a beautiful picture, and you could be speechless. Okay, and not very. It's not something very bad. All right, number two, Anna. Can you read the question? Read the sentence.
I don't know what the answer.
No, can you read the sentence? I'm not asking the answer yet.
Something tries to support his brother and sister when times get too tough in life.
Do you understand the sentence?
Perhaps.
What does that mean? Times get tough.
When time gets difficult.
Very good. Tough means when it's very hard, when it's come a very hard time, when you feel difficult, when you feel a lot of problems in life. Okay, so what does that mean? Let's try to explain this word first. Dumb. The first word, dumb. We had talked about it yesterday. Don't remember, Sophia, Anna. Sorry, Phá. Peter.
What happened?
What does that mean? Dumb. Poor job for the last time.
Dumb. Dumb means you stupid.
No, not that word. Dumb.
Or B1?
What?
B1 is dumb and P1, I don't know.
Okay, be careful. We had dumb means stupid. Idiot. But dumb. I dumb my girlfriend. I dumb him. That means end a relationship. Okay. What about Frank? We also talked about this yesterday. Frank. John?
Be honest.
Being honest.
I don't know.
We learned this one yesterday. Don't say I don't know. You need to say I don't
forgot.
remember.
I don't remember.
That is why you need to write down. Being honest, being true. True to someone, to something, about something. Okay, what about sibling? What does that mean, Anna? Anna, Kevin, sibling. Sophia? What happened to my internet?
It's sisters and brothers that have the same parents.
Very good. Okay, so the second sentence here, what could be the answers?
Sibling.
A sibling
sibling.
try to support his brother and sister when time get tough in life.
Very good. Okay, number three. Number
Frank.
three, John. Can you read the sentence number three? John.
What, teacher?
Could you read the sentence number three?
Okay. I appreciate people who are confidential and say exactly how they feel.
Who are private? Confidential mean private.
I think, according to me, I think confidential means like confidently, like the
No.
confidence.
Maybe
Confi-
I appreciate people who are frank and say exactly how they feel.
who are frank, people who are honest. You appreciate people who being honest, who being true to themselves and say exactly how they feel. That means they don't hide their feeling. They don't run away from their feeling. Confidential again, John, it doesn't mean confident. Confident is different with confidential. Confidential, some you have to keep something in private, in secret. So when I tell you, John, tomorrow I'm gonna meet you at your house. This is confidential. So you should say keep this a secret. You shouldn't let anyone know. Okay. Okay, number 4, Sophia.
A good woman will dump a man who isn't treating her well.
A good woman will dump a man. Okay. Number 5, Peter. Peter, where are you again?
What number 5? Here is messages. Please don't show this to anyone except your brothers. Confidential.
Confidential.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh my. All right, so yes, here it's a private message, secret message. Don't show it to anyone. Okay, keep it in between you guys only. Correct. Okay. This is just an exercise so you guys can be able to remember the phrases we learned, the new vocabularies you have learned. So read again, take a note so you'll be able to keep that in mind and practice using it every day. Now we're gonna get to our greenhouse effect here. We talk a lot about what is greenhouse effects. We know that what is that and what are they. But how do we have the greenhouse gas emission? Now, oh, we have a new word here. Emission. Does that look familiar to you, Fa? No. You are lots of words. Okay. Emission. Like
We burn the wood and then the gas is out, so we call it emission.
yeah, yes, kind of like similar like that. Yes. Emission is like producing,
Yeah.
creating.
From the company, the industry, burning the oil or some materials like wood or paper, something like that, and the gas came out, and we call that emission.
Okay, so but that would not be just the factory, not just the transportation. We could talk about that also in the food sector. Okay, how do we have a greenhouse gas emission in the eating, in making food? Let's see. I need Kevin, can you read this one?
Yes, we, in a nutshell, we often think about what is in our food in terms of taste and texture, but many of foods that we eat generate greenhouse gas emissions as they produce and process. Understanding this can help us choose food that have a lower impact on our environment.
Okay, good job. Pronunciation is good. Taste and texture. What is textures? Sophia.
It means like something created into one product. I know the meaning, but I don't know how to explain it.
That's the way we have to learn to explain something. That is how you improve your speaking. Oh, John, do you know what texture meaning?
The texture is a it's kind of like the feeling.
Texture is like kind of feeling. How do you
The
know
feeling
the
in your mouth.
okay? Now let's try to explain this. How do you know the textures of the table?
Hard,
How do we
soft.
know? How do we know the texture of something? By what?
By looking at them.
Looking and like feeling,
Feel.
touching them.
By touch and by see. Okay, by touch, exactly. Oh my God, Mr. Bean. All right, we feel the texture by touch. So the texture is what creates something. The inside that creates, not the inside, the outside and the inside of something. When we touch it, we feel it. The texture. For example, the textures of the tree, the textures of the table, the texture of our clothes. Okay. Hello, Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
Why? How are you? Feeling
I'm just
sleepy?
yeah. Yeah. And I
Okay,
forgot to do the homework.
I know. I have been waiting. At least join the class on time first. Okay, and take a note during the class. Okay, what generate? What does that mean? Generate, Peter.
Generate or creating something.
Okay, so many of the food that we eat generate greenhouse gas emission. Let's see, what are the foods that when we eat, we create the greenhouse gas emission? Let's go further in our topic. So you see in this picture here, what are the things in this hamburger?
Atoms.
Cheese. Beef.
Atoms.
Cucumber.
Okay, meat, vegetable, and cheese, and bread. All right, let's say bread made from powder. Let's see what kind of emission we can see. How do we have greenhouse gas emission in this hamburger?
Burning. We cook it during cooking.
Cooking on kind of food. Okay, when we cook the food, we use sometimes we use gas, sometimes we use electricity. Okay, that is for the own kind of food. I'm not talking about cooking process, talking about other process before we
Like
cook it.
when we grow the food, like vegetable or animals.
Yes, when we grow, the first step that when we grow, and then the second step,
We kill them.
we harvest.
I mean,
Let's talk that we harvest. Mean collect the food that had been grown. Okay, we collect the food that is right, that has is right. Okay, so that is the next process, and then after we collecting it, step number 3.
we put
How
them
do
in
we
the
get we what?
put them in the fridge to freeze it because some place are too far, so keep it.
That is
To
way
keep
too
dry.
fast. So way too fast. You had to freeze. process. Pre-process. Like when you go to the rice field, you harvest the rice, you bring them home, you have to dry them under the sunlight, okay, or you have to dry them using the high thermometer plant, any way to dry it, and then we need to also clean it somehow, filter it, and then we store it. Okay, that is right. For the other food, we even some, like, the vanilla, right? Because we eat ice cream, but vanilla ice cream. Okay, for that one, we have to extract. The harvesting is extracting it from a very small, let's say small nut, not a nut, small shell, and then we carry it home. We have to wash, we have to cook, not the home. We have to carry it to the factory to be able to deliver into a very small amount of vanilla packet to send out to the market. So it's the pre-processing, and then we distribution. Distribution mean we send things to other people or into the market. For example, I have a cake and I ask John to distribute the cake to everyone. That means he's sending thing out for sending the cake to others. Okay, Anna, can you read the first part?
Of course, you think about what's in your food. You think about whether you like the ingredients, that whether it's the right time of the day for that type of food. Maybe you like pizza for breakfast.
Okay. The next paragraph, Peter. I'm sorry, Dean.
Yeah.
Can you read this one?
Uh, but there's all, but there's more in our food than the ingredients. We can see the taste. There are nutrients and microorganisms. Am I right?
Yes, microorganism.
Oh, microorganism. And the water that was required to produce the food, and the greenhouse gas emissions that were generated as the food was produced.
Okay, so we see here producing. We process and we had the production. I forgot the step number 4 is to produce. And then we had the distribution. Generate or processing. The water is required to produce the food. Okay, microorganisms. John, do you know this one? What is this one? John? No?
Me? I think
No.
that micro is something tiny, something's very little, and
That means
organism, that means
It's the small germs.
small
small
living
germ.
things. Living things. Organism means
What
living
is
thing.
organism is what?
Living thing.
Living thing. This is the other way to say living things, but the living thing, when we say that, we sound something we can see, we can touch, we can feel. But when we say organism, it's something even much smaller. With even
Virus.
no,
Some bacteria.
yes, like the virus. like the thing that like I don't remember this one, plankton, the smallest fish in the sea, the plankton that you can it's actually is not a thing. It just a textures, a very tiny textures, doesn't have a head, doesn't have an eye, doesn't have a legs, well, or a body at all. So that's why we call organisms for the whole living thing that can even cannot see by our eyes, or even doesn't have a actual body, but is still living thing. Okay, so microorganism, it's a tiny kind of living things in the food that we are talking here. All right. So more than just the when we eat, we only care about what inside the food. When we eat it, how much the price. But it actually have more than our eye can see, more than meets the eye. That means more than we can see with our eyes. It's a greenhouse gas when we buy it. Greenhouse gas is emission when we buy it. So we're gonna dig deeper. Let's see how does it go. Sophia.
Yes.
Your turn.
Greenhouse gases are released when humans burn fossil fuels like oil, natural gas, and coal to provide energy. These gases rise into the atmosphere, trapping heat around, causing temperatures to rise and adding to climate change. Reducing the amount of greenhouse gas emissions will help us reduce the possible impacts of climate change.
Okay, now I'm going to a barbecue party. Tell me what kind of greenhouse emission, when or which step I would cause greenhouse emission when I have a barbecue party.
Roasted?
Okay, roasted foods.
Yeah.
In the roasted food, let's say we use what?
We use charcoal.
Charcoal, okay, correct. Or
Some like
when you go into some restaurant, they don't use charcoal. They use what to make the roasted food?
electric or
Electric.
some gas stove.
They say there's electric pans or something like that. Oven. Okay. What else, Anna? In the barbecue party, what else can you see that it generates a greenhouse gas?
Alcohol.
What?
Alcohol. I don't know
Alcohol?
how to pronounce. Alcohol.
Alcohol means the drinking, right? Or booze. Booze is an informal way to say alcohol. Okay, so we don't say booze in we don't use booze in writing. You can say he drink a lot of alcohol in writing, but we don't write he drink a lot of booze. We can say booze in speaking. Okay, alcohol. How? When you drink alcohol, how you create the greenhouse gas?
No, I said we can roast the food with alcohol too.
Okay. Okay. Oh, yes, that is correct. Like what? What kind of food that you roast with alcohol?
Soup? When?
Do you know squid?
Yeah, dry squid.
Dry squid or octopus? We
Or
we
hot pot?
we pour alcohol in to be able to make to cook it. Okay. Uh, what about the second way, the other thing that create greenhouse gas when I go to when I'm at the barbecue party. Peter, do you like to eat meat?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What about that?
What are the thing at the barbecue party that we can see that when we use it, we are actually creating greenhouse gas?
Um, um, I bet that when you go to eat barbecue, you usually sit in a room that has air conditioner.
Okay,
Using air conditioner
that is
goes
correct, but I'm talking about food. I want to talk about food.
food. Oh, how food can
Yeah, talking about
like
food now.
leftover food.
How?
They kind of never mind.
How the okay, try to think another way that create greenhouse gas when we are at the barbecue party related to food and drink.
When you eat it, then you put it out.
Okay, how that process create greenhouse gas? I need in details.
Like I had to use it.
Huh? For example, we had one person that eat for the roasted food, we had to roast it with the charcoal or the electric fan. These create release carbon dioxide, for examples. Okay, what activity or what we do?
Like the way food metabolism in our bodies. So you have two ways to. Oh my God, it's so embarrassing. Like
Okay, let's use a very formal and nice word in writing. Generate phases. I think this is right correctly. Phases. Phases.
yeah,
I don't remember how do I write phases. Seat
yeah,
like
food,
this. Phases like this, right?
yeah, face is like that.
I'm
Face
trying
it
to
like
remember.
IST.
I think it's with the letter E and something like this. Okay, you also create gas into the air. What else? Sophia, what do you think?
I think that we boiled water and there's air.
Paper.
But the water doesn't create any greenhouse gases.
It's gas.
Okay, can I set that when the party is over, some waste is the rest of waste are like combined into a dustbin, then some bacterials and fungi made it.
Very good. Okay. This is what Peter had mentioned, but he was not able to explain waste and leftover when we had the fungi. I'm using Italian here. What do you say? Fungi in English?
Fungi, fun, and an eye, ash. Yeah,
Really? Okay,
yeah.
I get used to the Italian and I don't remember exactly. Okay, some tiny microorganism that digesting those food and creating greenhouse gas. Okay, next one. See, this is a picture we will have been talking about. The picture that we can see when we had in English look yummy, but we actually contribute a lot of greenhouse gases also, not good for our health when we breathe in these gases directly. Okay, and when we eat the food, it actually go directly into our body. All right, choose the sweet food that we have only 1 minute left. I see you guys in next 5 minutes. Okay, come back in 5 minutes, guys. Beans, Julie, and
Yeah.
Anna, and Kevin. 5 minutes.
Okay, teacher.
Yeah, okay.